happening? Can see it's been a while since I've done this because I played the wrong intro.
Triggering was fine. That was great. I loved it. It kind of faded in. Actually, that was very cool. Welcome.
Good
Hello,
evening,
Julian.
Martin. It's been a while.
I know. Welcome to New Music Mondays world for 2023. How long has it been? It feels like it's been a long time, but it's probably not as long as it feels like. That's not because I've got all that Christmas and stuff. We were just before Christmas, weren't we? So
I think the 18th of December might have been our last one.
yeah. So that feels like it's a million years ago, but it's actually it's 5 weeks.
It's a month ago. Yeah. And it's been a hectic 5 weeks. That much I will say.
Well,
we went down to Cape Town and we shot 10 days straight of DJs till 3 a.m. every morning. It was chaos. Absolutely chaos. But yeah, all good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, you're looking well on it, I've got to say, and you've got a new
yes,
background.
welcome to my new office.
It's not even green screen. That's actually real.
No, this is real. No, I moved out of the studio. It was just too many people because we're pretty busy at the moment.
Yeah.
So they kind of like kicked me out of my own studio because they needed the space for editors. So I got kicked out of my studio, moved into the spare room in the house, and turned it into my studio.
That looks fantastic. I'm
jealous.
I'm jealous of your
nice
room.
Vinyls. I got some nice vinyls.
I've got my room, but I've got my room, but I went away. I saw your setup, and I ran away and went and kind of tried to match you. I could find that one. I couldn't put my hands on the other ones fast enough, but I could have got those ones.
Let's have a look. I got U2 Rattle and Hum. I got Radiohead in Rainbows.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears, The Tipping Point.
Oh, I could have got In Rainbows. Is that In Rainbows or is that Moonshaped Pool?
No, this is the In Rainbows.
That's the wow, there you go. That's proper.
We've got a little bit of Steel.
Yeah.
That's the 30th anniversary, I think.
Nice.
The Verve, obviously, probably one of the most classic albums of all. And also celebrating today, and that's why I put that one out. Because I know you got it there as well.
Yeah.
It's Technique by New Order.
Yeah, I went and grabbed that. So you were. It was. If I'd realised that was In Rainbows, I could have grabbed that. But I thought, well, what else can I put up? I thought, well, I'll just get a little bit of David Sylvian there. You've got a little bit of Gentleman.
Great album. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Gentlemen. Well, Polaroids. Gentlemen take Polaroids.
Take Polaroids. Prefer Blondes. Take Polaroids. All the same thing.
No, I was struggling there for a minute because I was like, that is it. No, that's not it. That's not right. And I couldn't find any Star Wars posters, but I have got a picture of John Boyega there because he's cover star of the Gentleman's Journal magazine that I do quite a bit of work for. So he was the cover star on their 10th anniversary version.
We're supposed to be live. I'm just checking if we are. Let's go to TV South Africa. Can you see us live?
Are we live? It says live on Facebook.
No, Instagram. I'm saying on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram's a bloody nightmare. Do you know what I had to go and I've had to go and buy one of these things.
What's that? What's that for?
It's a TRRS TRRS cable.
Oh, there you go. Discover TV's live.
Nice.
Okay,
well, I might try it through StreamYard next time, but unfortunately it's not me that's hosting. But last time we tried to go live to Instagram. Through Instagram, you can't connect anything to Instagram. It's stupid. You can.
No, Instagram is a nightmare.
So, but I can connect. If you're utilizing this cable, I can connect my desk,
to your phone.
Can connect it to the phone, yeah. Well, yeah. So then the mic will go through the system, and the phone will go through the system. But I've still got to use the phone as the camera, so it's a stupid.
Yeah, now I can. So you're connecting the Roadcaster to that.
The Roadcaster will be connected to my phone. Yes.
Via that cable. I thought you could do it via the USB-C.
No.
No. Huh. Send me a picture of what that is. Maybe.
Possibly. I mean, maybe I know what you mean. Rather than to the computer. Yeah, you probably can. Yeah. So
Possible.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. Anyway, the point is, Instagram's a bloody pain because everything else will let you stream through, but not that. Because you just can't do it. You can go live on any other platform, but not Instagram. Sort it out, Instagram. There's nothing more frustrating than Facebook, social media, Instagram, all that kind of. Oh my God, they're a nightmare.
No, I know.
Really
I still can't get into the TikTok thing. I'm trying, and I'm just struggling, and it's just it's
Do you
all
know,
too much.
it's not even just doing that. It's some of that kind of, hey, we've got a fantastic meta business suite where you can coordinate all of your posts across platform, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you say, but actually trying to get on the bloody thing and do it.
And work
That's
it.
a different matter at all.
So-
Which page am I on? How's it posting? Anyway, I could bitch about it
Okay,
all
so
day.
the thing is, have you heard of ChatGPT?
I have heard of it, yes.
And have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. No, I did think
But
about
you've
looking.
got
at
to try it, man.
I believe
It
it's
is,
it's getting degrees and stuff like that nowadays, isn't it? It's kind of
It's like
answering
literally
university grade questions and stuff.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell it to write you a film script,
Yeah.
and it'll do it. It's on another planet, man. I've never in my life. I like played with this, and I was like, what the F in hell? I literally got it to write me a film script.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's like, what are the youth of the future going to do? As you can get it to write you song lyrics.
Yeah.
You never have. So the question
Are they
then
good
is,
though? I suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh
fine,
yeah.
Okay.
Now my question is, who owns the rights to those lyrics?
Well.
If you perform those lyrics that are written by ChatGPT,
Yeah.
who is the songwriter?
Well, who knows that it's written by ChatGPT? You're not telling anyone, right? It's open source software, isn't it?
Yeah, but then what's the point of songwriters? I mean, it's scary. Wait, let me show you. So let me get, where is it? Let me get on here. Let's
I
get on here.
guess so. This is a happy way to start a music show for 2023.
Yeah, let's do this.
You're
So,
you're all obsolete, guys. Pack it in.
It's like, it's just, what is the point? So there we go. Okay,
Don't
write
bother.
me a song about a, what should we write the song about? About a dog in an alley.
I was going to say New Music Mondays.
A dog in an alley on a Monday morning. On a Monday morning.
Well, I mean
Right.
that's pretty creative in itself. You had to make that up, right? that bit of it you had to make up.
Write me a song about a dog in an alley on a Monday morning. And here's the first verse. In the alley where the city's fast asleep, a furry friend with a wagging tail to greet. The morning sun that shines upon his face, with a bark and a howl, he's ready for the race. Chorus. Monday morning in the heart of town, the alley dog, he wears his crown. With a twirl and a spin, he starts to play, chasing rainbows in the light of day. Verse 2, he dances through the trash and broken glass, a king of his domain, this alley's his class. He barks at the pigeon, perched up high, with a wag of his tail and a twinkle in his eye. Chorus, Monday morning in the heart of town, the alley dog, he wears his crown. With a twirl and a spin, he starts to play, chasing shadows in the light of day. It then even gives you a bridge, Martin.
Oh, down a bridge as well. Here's the middle eight.
Though he may be just a stray, this alley dog, he knows the way to make the most of each and every day, with a wag of his tail and a bark to say. Chorus again, and then you even get an outro. In the alley where the city's fast asleep, a furry friend with a wagging tail to greet. This morning sun that shines upon his face, with a bark and a howl, he's ready for the race. Hello.
I mean, it's clever. I don't think it's a hit, but it's clever.
It's the point of the matter is, I just asked you in 1 minute, write me a song about a dog in an alley on a
Yeah, that's
Monday
true.
morning.
It's good.
I mean,
It's good.
If you had to sit there and I asked you right now as a songwriter,
I
write me
couldn't have
that
done
song.
it that fast. That's very
Never.
true. That's very true.
Impossible. So
Hey, is it
one
good?
hope.
You know
Have we
that. you know that scam that goes around where guys offer you 500 quid to write them a song for their kid's birthday.
Exactly. Here we go.
We've sorted it. We can scam them back now. Here you go. I've written you the song. Where's my 500 quid?
I mean,
I've done it. Here you go.
It's
You've had
pretty
it.
frightening. So guys, here, ChatGPT. Is this the future? Are we going to be taken over by bots? I don't know if you've seen. There's also been those robot videos going around where the robot's doing like passing the guy's tools while he's working, and
Yeah.
and like that's like
Yeah. I mean,
We are heading to that.
AI
We are
AI
heading
music
to that.
AI music production's been around for a while, isn't it? I
Yeah.
guess,
But this
yeah,
is just.
the writing part of it maybe a bit different.
Yeah, I told it. I
Yeah.
actually did tell it. Write me a script about a blind drummer in Cape Town. It wrote
Okay.
me an entire movie script, and the title of the movie was called Echoes of Cape Town.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's like with the montage of Cape Town, the vibrant streets, the colourful houses, and the lively music. The camera zooms in on a young man, James, who is tapping his fingers on a table to the beat of an unseen song. I mean, okay, this could carry on. We could spend the whole night about this. This is a whole discussion that is like, yeah. So I know we've got
I mean, I
guests,
suppose
but
there's a grey area, I suppose, where you could say, like, you've got to conceptualize this in the first place, and that you can't. You've
Yeah.
got to say, write me something about something.
About,
so there's
yeah.
there's an essence of creativity in terms of subject matter, I guess.
But so the thing
And there's
about
still
it, and I was-
there's still going to be a performance element. Okay, I've got the lyric, but I've still got to figure out a melody. I've still got to figure out a
Yeah.
performance. I've still got to create a persona around this or something. So there's still even if you said, okay, this is amazing, there's still going to be elements of creation
Absolutely.
that are around
Absolutely.
it.
But my worry is the youth of today. What are they going to do? They're going to resort to this. And is it just going to become, I mean, like you can say, write me an essay about, whatever, and it'll write it for you. And then do you hand that in as homework?
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. We could get in a very deep discussion philosophically about
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff in
Yeah.
terms of if that's true.
Well, should we ask our guests what they think
of
tonight?
learning? Yes.
Let's ask Jamie if he can write us a song with
This is going to be a
ChatGPT.
running theme for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
what are you
Frank's
going to
song.
do to compete against
ChatGPT.
AI
Oh,
songwriting?
sword. Okay, let's get a guest on. Should we do that?
Our first guest of 2023. I
23 is
cannot wait.
ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT. Sorry, Jamie, you've been replaced by the web. There we go.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Good evening, Jamie.
We can hear you. Yes, indeed.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Evening guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
can you hear us? Jamie?
Yeah, all good.
Good.
Excellent. Welcome.
We've got a mild delay, perhaps. That
I
might
feel
Yeah, it's
honoured
fine.
to be the first guest of 22.
23.
23, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we all kind of feel like, what year is it? Especially now that robots are taking over. AI
Yeah.
has taken over our lives.
welcome to New Music Mondays, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Cool to be
By
here.
the way,
It's
the
the,
next show will be run by AI bots who will replace Martin and I, and we'll just be watching this on Instagram. Welcome
yeah,
to everybody
yeah.
on Instagram,
you,
by the way.
You can't obviously imagine that it would be immediately obvious that we were scripted. 'Cause having done 3 years of this not scripted, it would be pretty clear if we suddenly started getting scripts from ChatGPT. So those guys seem to be making sense all of a sudden. I don't know what's happening.
It's not the same show. Somebody get rid of
Clearly,
it.
nothing scripted about this, that's for sure.
Nothing scripted. Yeah. So, Jamie, what's your opinion of this whole ChatGPT
Oh,
AI
I
stuff
mean,
that's
this
happening?
is the first I've heard of it, but it's I mean, listening to you guys talk about it is a bit scary. It feels like what I want to be doing will be a bit obsolete, but yeah,
It's pretty
yeah, I mean,
scary.
it's insane. I was thinking when you said it's like you have a lyric, but then like it's like what Elton John used to do with Bernie Taupin.
Bernie,
Like,
yeah.
it's not really any different, is it, to that?
No.
But yeah, it's still. I mean, I don't use those. I write my own stuff.
Yeah, I don't think
Which-
it's currently is widely used. I mean, I guess the proof will be, or the temptation, the temptation will be to use it. And I guess there will, at some point, you can sort of imagine there will be a story like, there you go, we knew it would happen. Here is the first song that's been a hit that was written by ChatGPT.
Well,
But it
I'm
might-
actually gonna,
it might
I'm
never
gonna actually
happen.
tell Mark to do that. Tomorrow we are going to do that, and we're going to write a new song about how depressing is Depeche Mode, and we're going to write a song about that. We're going to perform it.
I think that would be a good like TikTok like video there.
Yeah, there you go. See,
And then we're
Jules,
gonna-
you
we're gonna
said you
record
don't know how to work TikTok. There you go.
Yeah,
Jamie's
there's
challenged you
your-
to
there's your first
TikTok as
video.
well. So.
Okay. Well, I've now asked her to write me a depressing song about Depeche Mode. Do you think it could?
Well, if you can write a song about a dog in an alley, I'm sure it can write a song about. Unless of course,
Wow.
ChatGPT doesn't know that Depeche Mode's a band and thinks it's about fashion.
Well, okay, so I've asked it to write it for me. Tomorrow, I'm going to sit with Mark and we're going to record the song with these exact lyrics.
Okay.
And we're going to play it next week on this show.
Oh, even better. There you go.
Well,
That's something to
that's
tune in
brilliant.
for next time. Anyway, we should talk about you,
Yes,
Jamie,
let's talk about you, Jamie. Enough about us.
before we go too far. I mean, that's the joy of the show, but also the reason that you're here is to talk about you, not about ChatGPT, even though
Yeah.
we could do that all night. So welcome to New Music Mondays. Thank you for joining us
Yeah, thanks for having me.
on the show. You have a song out, obviously. That's why you're
Yep.
well, not obviously, that's not why you're here. You're a new artist to us and a new artist to our New Music Mondays audience. So do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about who you are?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Jamie Ryan. I'm a sort of songwriter and producer based in Hartford. Are you guys around Hartford?
I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa.
He's in South
You're
Africa.
further away then.
He's in South Africa.
That's
But
me.
yeah, I just started releasing music late last year. That track came out, I think it was the 18th of November. So it's just sort of all new to me, really, just getting going, and got some new music coming out soon. So it'll probably be
Fantastic.
March around then.
So this is a debut song then from you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
first
okay.
like official single release.
And is this your first music venture, or have you been involved in bands, other musical projects before?
I've been involved in things growing up. Nothing as like sort of formal as this. This is the first like sort of proper releasing and stuff. But yeah, I did a lot of like gigging growing up in a band and things, and then sort of more recently, the last few years on my own, just writing and producing, because it's quite hard when you sort of get older when there's sort of 4 or 5 of you to find the time to rehearse.
Yeah. The logistics get a little bit harder, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But do you miss being in a band?
I do. I miss the live aspect with like, I don't really like playing. I don't like playing live, but I much prefer playing live with a band than on my own. I think it's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I don't really do any live stuff at the moment. I'm still figuring out. I'm sort of just working on the recording and that for now, and then I aim to at some point, but just got to sort of figure out the logistics of it and everything. But yeah, ideally I'd get some musicians in rather than just playing to like a track or something.
Cool. And what was that inspired you to start? Because many singers, songwriters might go, okay, I write and I perform, or I write and I don't perform, or whatever. But then you've taken that step into, I'm going to record and produce it myself as well.
Yeah, it was really I met a really good producer when I was traveling in Australia, and we did this track together. Like I wrote the song, and he just said, "Oh, you should look into getting into the producing aspect, because it's hard to sort of get your music out there and get it recorded and have something to show for it. Really, if you don't do that, or if you don't, it's very expensive if you can't produce yourself. So yeah, that's kind of what got me into it, and then I've been producing for around sort of 3.5 years now, but writing for a lot longer than that. Yeah, so that's really why I started doing it, and then I just thought, let's take the plunge and actually start releasing things. And
Good.
So have you
Need
been
more
sort of
music.
have you been stacking them up, sort of ready to go? Is it kind of, I've written a song, I'm going to release it? Or have you been like, nah, I need to kind of get myself to the point where I feel I'm ready to release it?
a bit of both, really. I mean, I've been writing lots. I've got a few in the bank. I don't have tons like at the level of like fully mixed and mastered, ready to drop kind of thing. But yeah, I've got a few in the bank, like a few that we're working on, and just yeah, there's one that's like ready to go for March, I think.
Great.
Hopefully.
Great.
Nice.
So I think that's a good plan, because I feel that sometimes there's that. I mean, I can understand that as well. That sort of urgency. I've written and recorded a song. I've released it, and it kind of okay. What's next? Oh, I hadn't thought about what's next. Wow. Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, because as soon as you put something out there, the only thing that people care about is the thing that you're
What's
doing
next?
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
in a good way. I understand that kind of. Oh, that's a shame, but also that's kind of that usually that will happen because they like what they've heard, so that's why
Yeah.
they want more.
Yeah.
It's not kind of
Yeah.
That's, yeah. All right, that was okay, but have you got anything better? That tends to not be the reason why people are
true.
saying that. It's usually because they want more to come. That's good. So this, you said So you started working with this guy in Australia when you met him in Australia?
Yeah, he's German, although he's back in Australia now. But we met just randomly in a hostel room. He had a guitar with him, and we just got chatting and had a jam and stuff. And then he showed each other songs, and he liked some of my stuff. So when we got back home, we sort of bounced stuff back and forth, and it took a while, but eventually we sort of landed on this one, and we actually sort of made some progress with it and got it going. And yeah.
So would you call this a co-write, a co-production, both?
So I wrote the song. Like, I had the song all written and like recorded the guitars and the vocals here in my home studio, and then sort of sent Lou the stems, and then he would work on them a bit. We'd do some Zoom calls, talk about it. So he was probably the producer, I was the songwriter,
right.
And then I was like co-producer, he was co-songwriter. Because it has changed a bit actually. I had originally What's the Bridge Now, I originally had that as the chorus. And it sort of moved around a bit. But.
Yeah, it's quite cool. I always like that. It's good as much as working by yourself is obviously, as you said, practical and cheap.
Yeah.
There's definitely a benefit to collaborating with people as well, because that's the sort of thing that can happen, isn't it? The sort of, that's a good bit, but it's in the wrong place.
Yeah, 100%.
It's quite nice to have that sort
definitely,
of feedback.
Yeah, so like you just learn so much, I think, working with other people. Do things that you wouldn't do. Like if you have like a set way of doing it, I think it's really helpful.
Yeah, it opens up, gives you space to
exactly.
To explore.
This is obviously a way that people started working quite a lot because of not being allowed to go anywhere. Through COVID and stuff, but that wasn't the case here. But did you find that a good way of working?
Yeah, I mean, through COVID, that was when I was sort of really getting into the production and working on things. So yeah, I definitely kind of just got going with it really through COVID, and then with Lou we were sort of talking a bit through COVID. But I mean, the first COVID, it was so sunny, I spent most of my time outside.
I suppose I was just interested in the actual practicality of it, and like you said, bouncing tracks across the continents to each other and connecting by Zoom. Did you find that was a sort of okay way to work? Because I'm sort of fascinated about that same thing about people saying, oh, you need to get in a room with each other, but I'm not sure how true that is with technology these days.
It was. No. I mean, I think it's more not so difficult to work, the actual practicality, like making it logistically work, like because you're both busy and you both have other things going on. I think that's maybe it's a bit slower in that sense, but in terms of actually doing it, it wasn't too difficult. Like we would just sit on calls, talk a bit, talk about the direction and what we wanted to do with it and stuff, and it wasn't too bad really.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Should we take a listen?
Yeah, I was going to ask a quick question first.
Oh, go for it. Go.
On the basis that we're about to listen to the track, normally we would say, what's the song about? But I was thinking, rather than asking what the song about, I thought, if you were to ask ChatGPT to have written you a song and this is what it came up with, what's the question that you would have asked? What would you have said to ChatGPT? Write me a song about. What would have been you'd have said to ChatGPT?
I don't know. What would I have asked? I probably would have said something like, write a song about someone I know's relationship.
Nice. Okay.
Right, let's see what she has to say.
But we can't tell you who the someone we know is. All right, so the song is Strangers. Like I said, it's out now. You can find it anywhere. But let's have Let's have a listen.
Wow. Okay, and then I'll tell you what ChatGPT had to say about it. Here we go. This is Jamie Ryan with Strangers. Let us know what you think. Enjoy.
Maybe I'm not the best at reading your mind, but I guess all of the things that you said to all of your friends that I've never met, 'cause they're probably laughing at me, saying go and get easy with him. But they're all the ones that you hate. I can just see the look on your face when you tell them that we used to be. And I'm tired, and I didn't say you weren't bluffing. You misinterpreted nothing and made this all a frustration, like a sad conversation. You gave me time time to replace it. Come back and say we can't make it. Confuse me with these two statements that give me heart and then break it. Late like last night was just one thing on your mind. It's convoluted, girl, confusing. If there's just one thing I've done right, and I'm like, to call you up like it's last Friday night. I just need to know where you are. My head saying some stupid bar, chasing moments that we used to be. And I'm tired. And I didn't say you weren't bluffing. You misinterpreted nothing. I made this all a frustration, like a sad conversation. You gave me time to replace it. Come back and say we can't make it. Confuse me with these two statements that give me heart and then break it. Late like last night was just one thing on your mind. It's convoluted, girl, confusing. If there's just one thing I've done right, and I'm like, it's you. To help us get naked, taking off clothes and I hate it. You're popping a pill, make it painless, thinking of ways to escape us, and others I shouldn't have stayed with. These things on my mind, everybody says time, gotta wish you were mine. Still it's you.
JB Ryan and Strangers on New Music Monday. Love it. It's really cool. Hang on, I gotta pause that there. Stop talking to me, computer. I love it.
Great track. It reminds me, and I'm always cautious, and I say this a lot on the program, kind of making comparisons, like easy comparisons with other people, but it's always sometimes this thing, not that it sounds like, just makes me think of, in a lovely way, it's like a cross between Ed Sheeran and Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
I've had Ed Sheeran a lot from people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of cautious of lazy comparisons, but I just like that certainly that sort of guitar vibe, that sort of almost summery, beachy kind of.
It's got a great fun vibe.
Reminded me of Jack Johnson as well.
Needs a video on the beach.
Maybe that's what I need to do for the music video.
Should we see what Chat GPT had to say about a song about someone I know in a relationship? Right. She's got a smile that lights up the room and a love that shines brighter than the moon. He's her rock, her steady beat. Together they're unbreakable, complete. Chorus. Their love is a work of art, a masterpiece that sets them apart. With each other they found their home. Together they'll never be alone. You
know what it doesn't have, and that's what I was thinking
doesn't
about.
Have feeling.
I was thinking about this whilst I was listening to the Jamie's song as well. He hasn't got a hook.
No.
Because even like lyrics aside, which are great, Jamie, as well. You know, it's a good track. But what Chat GPT is not going to come up with is
and emotion.
Yeah,
emotion.
That.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The first thing I pick out by just reading that and then listening to your song had feeling. It took me on a journey. But obviously because it's got music and everything to it, but lyrically as well. But when I read that, it feels like it was written by a computer.
Often a bit almost too much.
Yeah, it's actually it's too perfect.
Yeah, and very literal. That's what I was going to say. That's probably what you're going to get with that sort of thing as well. It's very literal. You won't have those sort of weird flights of fancy or weird twists of phrase that someone is going to invent.
100%.
I feel like it would be good, but for like if you're like stuck and you just
it might give you inspiration.
The odd line, and you might think,
and I think, that will work nicely there. So I think that is where it can potentially help. Is that you'll have that of it being like, oh wow, okay, that's cool. that line I could actually add into the song. I'm still going to do this track next week where we've written this song.
Yeah.
That we've a depressing song about Depeche Mode. Mark and I are going to make this.
And are you
Just
going?
for the hell
And
of it.
are you not going to change anything?
Not
James?
going to change the lyrics.
Okay, that's
It's
the
going to
rule.
be
That's the rule. Okay.
that it's going to be exactly what this. And Martin, I'll even do it this way because then you'll know I'm not cheating. I'm going to send you the lyrics.
I might have a go myself.
Yeah, I'll send you the lyrics.
In fact, we should publish the lyrics and have everyone have a go. Getting too complicated.
Get everybody
We're changing
to
the
come
whole
up with
premise
something.
of this show minute by minute.
But hey,
So the track's been out for a little while, Jamie. How's it been going?
I really like it.
What's
Jamie.
been
It's
what's
a
been
really
the what's
cool
been the
track,
feedback
man.
so far?
Yeah, it's been generally positive. It's hard when like that first release, just finding like to get it out to people that outside your kind of immediate family and friends and like those closer kind of connections. That's what I've found personally, which I kind of suspected would happen, but you know,
Well,
I
the
think
best thing is you've got to start there. I feel that a lot of people forget that is the right place to start. That's the most obvious place to start because from there, you hope that your friends and family will be encouraged enough to then go tell other people
exactly.
about what's going out, and that you build from there. I sometimes think that maybe the error that new startup artists make is trying to reach everyone straight away, which is an impossibility. And then you feel like, okay, I'm a bit let down because I haven't got 100,000 followers straight off my first song. But if you can start with 10, then 10 can get bigger from 10.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows everyone somehow.
Yep. It's all about sharing. There's an artist that, I don't know if you've heard him in the UK, called Ren.
Ren.
An independent
That's
artist.
R-E-N, isn't it? Is that right?
R-E-N. Yeah. I'm totally independent artist, and he's a hip-hop, he's a young rapper, but his whole thing is he's been through some major emotional stuff and everything like that. And purely self-released, everything is him. That he's now all of a sudden he wrote the song called I Am Ren, which is like 9 minutes long, and the song has just gone viral, but like hugely viral. And it's like it's exploded. I mean, like millions and millions of views all of a sudden. And literally, he did everything from his bedroom. That's him. A guitar and his vocal. And he rapped to his guitar. And this thing has just gone massive, and all of a sudden just taken over the world. It's like, it's crazy. But like, it just shows you it's also the right time and the right place for a song. And I mean, that song for me, your track, definitely has this really 2023 feel to it. That is actually, we need more upliftment. We've got so much shit happening in this world, from Ukraine to, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw what happened in the States in Memphis earlier this week, where this guy was beaten to death by 5 policemen. We need to feel good. We need to feel good, and that song makes me feel good.
Yeah, man.
It makes me wanna enjoy life, and that I think is so important. Just a quick shout out to everybody joining us on Instagram. We are going to be going live on Instagram every week from now on. I think it's definitely a place to be pushing. A shout out to everybody watching us on Instagram. Hope you are all well, and let us know what you'd like to hear on the show. If you're an artist, hit us up. You can just hit us up on DM us on Discover TVSA on Instagram or on any of our social medias and become part of the show.
If you're an artist, you're very welcome on the show. You don't have to have had a track out this week because
just come chat to us.
New to us. And if you're a viewer and you want to let us know about an artist that we should be featuring, do that as well. Tell us about someone we should have on. In fact, to a degree, that's what brings Jamie here as well, because he was told about the show by someone who'd been on the show and went, "Hey,
I've been on. I didn't know.
You should get on." So Jamie got in touch, and here he is.
Jamie, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what you got coming out in March. No doubt about it.
It's slightly
I'm
different. I'll tell you that it's a little bit different to that track, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty proud of it. So
cool. Well, please share it with us.
Often we have to remind people as well. This is not a one-time only deal. Our favorite artists are the ones that come back.
I will be more than happy to come back once it's out.
I think you need to go and shoot a music video for that song. Definitely, he's got a summer vibe, and you guys have got summer coming up. Get it out. Get a music video. Yeah, definitely. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, man.
Great.
Take care, my friends. If you're around, hopefully we may meet in person. You're not that far from me.
Yes. Yes.
Somehow we'll
And
make
I'm
that happen.
coming in June. I'm coming in June.
Oh yeah, Jules is coming over in June. We've never
Oh.
met, Jamie. You were
We'll do it
asking
in
about where
June.
he is. He's in Johannesburg in South Africa. I'm in the UK. We've been doing this show for 3 years. We've never met
We've never met.
in person.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
And we will be meeting for the first time this June.
It's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be really
Are you
weird.
staying in Hartford?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Hey, come visit Hartford. Yeah, we're going to Twickenham, aren't we? Twickenham.
Oh, rugby?
For the Depeche Mode concert,
Yeah.
Depeche Mode gig at Twickenham. Yeah.
I'm a bit of a Depeche Mode fan. There you go.
A bit
little bit.
is
Just a little bit.
understating
Yeah.
it.
And by the way, the new single's dropping. We'll chat about that just now. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, guys.
Look after
mate.
yourself.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Great new track by Jamie Ryan. Strangers, go and get it now.
Good
Also
now.
on all music platforms. Stream it. Get it now. Really enjoy it. Great track. Definitely needs a video. I just feel like it kind of needs that video vibe to it, especially a beach video. Remember those? Do you remember those days when who was the band that used to get all their videos made in Russia? Prism. No Prism.
No Prism. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, you can go into one of those sites and you just search beach scene and music.
Yeah, I think they got it's like through Fiverr or something like that. You can get.
No, it
people
was
like
Rota
that,
Video.
Rota Video. That was,
Video.
Was
That's
that who they were
R-O-
using?
Yeah, Rota Video. ROTOR Video. You literally put your song into it and then you say, I want a beach scene, and it gives you one.
Yeah. There was a place that I found as well. It does archive non-copyright, non-royalty, non-copyright movie stuff that you can access as well. That's like libraries of old footage,
Yeah.
and you can same sort of thing.
I suppose in a way,
an
that's
archive.
exactly what, like this Chat GPT, I'm doing that for a music video. I'm putting my stuff in and I'm asking it to give me back a music video. It
Yeah.
essentially gives me the scenes or whatever it is I'm looking for, and then I create it out of that.
Yeah.
I suppose exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Lander does that in terms of mastering.
Yeah.
it's not
Don't
like
get me
AI's
started.
I know, but just talking about the fact that AI is nothing new. So I think
No,
it's
absolutely, and you
Yeah.
know, in a lot of ways, it does a great job. I just,
Yeah.
do you know what? I think all it comes down to, not all it comes down to. What I'm going to contribute to this conversation is, you know, when people say, why is it so hard to make a connection with people, have a hit, build an audience, all that kind of stuff. And the thing that I suspect may be contributing to it is you're not involving humans in the process.
Yeah.
So when you do,
100%.
when you're using computers to do everything, everything's AI generated, your lyrics, your music, your MIDI, your whatever, your mastering, your mixing, everything's been done by yourself or with a contribution from a computer, and you've not actually got people involved in this. I wonder if that's why music doesn't have the same impact that it did before, because there's not that. It's intangible. I can't really explain it, but I wonder if that's why.
No,
there
listen, I
isn't
get what you're
a
saying.
human person going, this doesn't have a human feeling about it, and if I do it, it'll have a human feeling about it. If the computer
Yeah.
does it, it won't.
But then again, you take a genre like hip hop, which was based on sampling.
I'm not.
I
But that's not what I'm saying. Really, that's not the point. I mean, I
Yeah.
get that, but that's not the point I'm making. It is based on sampling, but it's a creative process sampling, right? It's
Yeah,
still a kind
yeah,
of I want
definitely.
that sample, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do that with that sample. And I know we could tie ourselves in knots in terms of what I'm actually talking about, but I say I just wonder whether that's a contributory factor in that you are taking that human element out of it by
Absolutely.
going through, and I know they're very, very good. They're very clean. But it's the same degree as I was working on a project recently where I was working with an artist who was very, very specific about wanting all his vocal to be absolutely pitch perfect, which is fine. It's now all pitch perfect. It sounds absolutely pitch perfect.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely.
But then I sort of think, but that's not how a human sings. So are you losing, even though it's intangible, even though you don't notice you don't notice it's been pitch correct?
Well, unless
because
you're
it's-
Kanye West, then you do notice you've been pitched.
well,
correct.
but that's that actually, to a degree, I prefer
Works.
that because it's a
Yeah.
creative decision to actually have it
100%.
utilized as a very obvious auto-tuned
Yeah.
version of it. The T-Pain
Yeah.
with the guy doing that as well.
Yeah.
But when you use a sort of forensic pitch correction to just make sure that everything that I sing sounds like it's on the right notes, all that bit, and you can't necessarily go, oh, that sounds like it's been done if a good job's been done. Same with editing. But if
Yeah,
you edit,
no,
if you
for sure.
edit everything, if everything's done to a click, you edit everything so it's perfect. You know, there's a reason why it's stupid. It's completely mad that you've got a button on most of your computerized programs now, MIDI and all that bit. You'll have a button that says humanize. What does the humanize button do? It randomizes it so it's wrong. Because in order to make it sound human, I need to make mistakes. So now I've got a computer making
Absolutely.
mistakes to make it sound human. It's so crazy. But
No. Okay, quick one though. Aaron Halevi, I don't even know how to get this right. How do we submit a song for you guys to consider playing? You can hit us up on any of our socials, DM us. Just literally send us a message either on Instagram or on Facebook. Otherwise, just email us at info@discover.tv. That's DISCOVR, as you can see above us here, over there, discover.tv. So Aaron, just hit us up, please. We're always looking for brand new music, and I mean that's what we're all about. We showcase new music from South Africa and the UK and around the world. We've had artists from Australia, from Canada, from the States, everywhere.
everywhere. I'll tell you what we should start. I know I keep, and it's mainly me, not you, Jules, because you do a lot of work on this. But we will start making a bit more of making sure that there are links and ways for you to get in touch with us and stuff like that on the actual broadcast. So if you're watching this now, I'm sort of trying to make a commitment to myself that at some point underneath here there will be links to tell you how you can get in touch with us and all that kind of stuff. But as you said, just exactly what Jamie did. He got in touch with me on Messenger originally, and then got in touch through email to say, "This is my track. Here's the details." And we've connected that way. So, and as you said, you can find us on social media at Discover TV, at Martin Lumsden is me. What are you? At Jules SA, are you? What are you?
Just Jules ZA.
Just Jules
ZA.
So,
But
at Martin Lumsden,
are
at
we still
Jules.
expecting another guest to join us?
We are.
Okay, but can I play a song?
Yeah, of course
Okay,
you
'cause,
can. Because he hasn't joined us yet, and I haven't actually heard from him, and we did sort of miss each other last week. And he did say he was unable to do it this week, but, communication
can always
gets
come
a bit...
back next week.
Yeah.
It's
If we miss him, we'll get him back on again later.
Yeah. So it's a song by Msaki and Tabatsi from Urban Village. I was hoping to get Msaki, but she's just finished opening for Gregory Porter, actually, which I went to go and see last week.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we didn't start last week.
Don't
We were
tell
meant to
anyone.
start
They
last
didn't know
week.
we weren't going to start that
Yeah.
week.
We
Just
were meant
because
to
you
start
got your
last week.
diary conflicted wrong.
Aaron, that's correct. info@discover.tv, or you can also just hit Julian at discover.tv as well. Or Martin at discover.tv, you'll be able to hit us up. So they've created this little side project between the two of them. And this album apparently is scheduled to drop in March. This is the third single off the album, but it's the first single with a video. I actually approached Msaki to shoot a single for the other song called Madonna, which just absolutely blew my mind. But this one does as well. Sibonaka Lezi, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I really want you guys to hear this, because this could be, and it may become, my album of the year if the three first tracks are anything to go by. Okay, maybe my second album of the year, because we do know Depeche Mode's dropping a new album. That'll inevitably be.
Also, I love that you do. Also, I love that you do this every year as well. It's
Yeah, I
like
do
the
this every year.
third week of January. It'll be like, this is my album of the year.
That's
All
right.
fine.
Although I have to say, you have heard the new Everything But the Girl.
Oh yeah. I was going to talk to you about that.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's just watch
Yeah.
this first. Okay,
Yeah,
here we
yeah.
go. This is Msaki and Tabatsi. Let us know what you think, because this song absolutely blows my mind.
Not tonight. No. Oh, sansia kilinosi. Inyaka kutamaya. Yali wena mwena yandeng. Hey. Sikulegile kunina, sikulegile kunina bomkulu, sikulegile kunina. Kunina bomkulu, sikulegile kunina, sikulegile. Sikhulekile kunina bomkhulu Sikhulekile kunina kunina bomkhulu Matonga mahle fumani Sinyanyazilele pakamani Matonga mahle fumani Sekwanele sibonakaliseni
Madoda, imbulelo mfowethu. Asiyibeki phansi imikhonto. Siyayilanda lempi, futhi siyayinqoba lempi. Lonke lelizwe leli ngelethu. Nalempi ngethu. Nangizwa ngithi bafethu. Ushihobi. Ha.
Sithokozile kunina Sithokozile kunina bomkhulu Sithokozile kunina Oh hi kunina bomkhulu Matonga mahle fumani Sinyanyazilele pakamani Matonga mahle fumani Sekwanele sibonakaliseni Helelelele Helalalale Helalalalela Helalalale Sekwanele Helalalale
Mind-blowing. Saki and Tabatsi.
Great stuff.
Oh,
And Msaki, as we were saying just to Jamie earlier on, Msaki we featured many times on the show.
yeah, many times.
Yeah, and it's great to see just stuff coming out. Fantastic. That's what a great sound. What a great video as well.
Yeah, and you
Love it.
need to hear the other tracks that they've done, Martin. There's like, I don't know if you remember a band called 07.
Yes, very well. Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
go and listen to the other tracks, and there's like kind of this Africanism version of 07 coming through for me in so many different ways, kind of like even like tinges of Massive Attack in the background, and so, especially in the track Madonna. It's mind-blowing stuff, and that's why I'm really excited by this project. And it's two of my favorite musicians. I mean, I've got both. I've got all their stuff. I'm big fans of both these artists.
I love as well, Joe, and I know it's we talk about this sort of international version of this show as well, but the fact that obviously culturally South Africa is very different from the UK.
Absolutely.
And a little bit sort of naively from my point of view, I probably should have known this, but I realised only recently that English is only the fourth largest spoken language in South Africa, I believe.
Probably further down. Possibly.
But yeah, because it just that cultural diversity, which that we get the chance to feature on this show as well.
Is it 13 official languages or something like that?
Yeah.
A lot. A lot.
I actually did. I don't know if I told you. I worked on a project for teaching colloquial Zulu.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. I do remember you telling me about that.
It was fascinating.
Yeah, very. But yeah, so that's the brand new Msaki and Tabatsi. The album is scheduled to drop in March. Just please go and check them out. You can search it under Msaki. You'll find the stuff there. And phenomenally talented. And her opening for Gregory Porter last week, I literally was so proud of her and so proud to be South African watching her open for Gregory. And what a phenomenal show he was, by the way. To anybody who missed that, you definitely missed on something incredible.
Amazing.
So check that out. And I believe our guest has arrived, Martin. So should we get
Yes,
the line?
yes, we are. I was going to say we're graced by. I feel like we're going to have to say something like His Grace or something like that. Is it
the Archduke.
Archduke is joining us. Let's get him on the show.
Let's get him on.
Hello, and good evening. How are you? Hello, welcome. See, I know that I know who you are, and I'm thinking, but maybe you don't want to be referred to as who you are, so we could just say,
fine.
"Good evening, Your Grace. How
Your
are
Grace, Your Highness, Your bow.
I'm happy to be referred to as that.
you?" Okay, fine. or we could let the cat out the bag, and I could say, "Hello, Tom."
Hello,
Yeah,
Tom.
that's fine. Yeah, Tom. My actual name is Tom DeLu, but it's too difficult to spell, so I changed to a stage name.
Fantastic.
And, now go under the name Archduke, so that's fun.
Fantastic. Well, that's it. I've known you as Tom, and you've released music before under your own name. Tom, welcome to the show, New Music Mondays. But this is a brand new project for 2023, I guess, because this is the debut single, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I kind of putting my best foot forwards with this song. It's the one that everybody mentions. It's kind of the I think probably my strongest song and the best song I've ever written. So I just in summer last year managed to finish it off. It's been probably being recorded for maybe 2-3 years, all different parts of it. So I was able to finish it off over the summer, send it off to get mixed and mastered, and then so I thought I'd start 2023 right and put out best single and give it a good push and see if I can
start strong. But it gets better from here, right? You've got to let people know that as well, because it's only the best ones so far, Tom. That's what we want to tell people.
Yeah, I've got plenty more songs that I'm working on, more singles, and trying to finish a 10-track album as well.
Fantastic, brave man, good stuff, love it.
Okay, Tom. So our first question for you today, as one of our first guests of the new year, have you encountered ChatGPT?
Encountered who?
ChatGPT.
GPT.
It rings a bell.
It's this new AI technology that you type something in, it'll write you a song.
Oh, yeah, people were telling me about this. And actually, I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about it writing people's
Their schoolwork, their exams
right,
and college degrees, etc. Yeah, so we have a little test tonight. So you have to have a theme for us. You have to tell us what it must write a song about, and we'll read you the lyrics to it. So what would you like your song to be about?
Teletubbies.
Okay, I'm sure it does. How do you spell Teletubbies?
T-E-L-E.
T-E-L-E. Tubbies.
T-U-B-B-I-E-S. I don't know why I'm so keen to tell you that. As if I know it.
Write me a song about Teletubbies. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see
so
what
you're not obviously joining us at the point of the show that you have joined us, Tom. You won't be aware that this was how we started the show, discussing ChatGPT and whether there's a threat to traditional songwriters. If this AI program can actually write songs, then does it sort of take away the writing songs? So we've had a bit of a chat with our previous guest on the show, Jamie, who was with us a little earlier on, and all that kind of stuff. So we're just fascinated to see what it comes up with.
So
we've sort of thrown you in the deep end. Do you have any thoughts about the risks of, not even just AI songwriting, but just generally the sort of
taking over
AI to creativity? I think it's probably one thing to write lyrics, it's another thing to write music to it, and I think maybe as like an inspiration to create stuff, it might be quite cool. But I don't think it will necessarily. You can't just press a button and it's going to come out with a fully produced track. Someone is still going to have to play those parts.
Yeah,
somebody's still going to have to mix and master it. There's still going to have to be a talented human being in there somewhere. Otherwise, you might press a button and it gives you all MIDI, but MIDI sounds not very good, does it? Like,
that's right. We were saying about that before. I said there's also a button that says humanize.
Make it human.
You need to make it worse after you've done it. You need to make it worse in order for it to sound human.
I like put things off a little bit, but that's that's where that's where the good sounds come from. Is from the person performing. Is from the groove and the feel and the touch of human fingers on whatever,
that'd be great.
whatever it might be.
Jamie was suggesting. Jamie, who was on the show earlier, was suggesting that maybe it replaces Bernie Taupin rather than Elton John. That's the risk.
I'm not sure who Bernie Taupin is.
Bernie Taupin basically wrote the lyrics. That all Elton John's
Oh,
very
right.
big early hits.
It was
were
the
all
songwriters.
all the lyrics were written by
really.
Bernie Taupin, but the music and the performance was all done by
But I think like
Elton John.
what you're doing in that context is you're listening to the song and writing lyrics over the top of it. Is an AI going to be able to do that, or is it just spitting out versions of chopped up stuff?
Yeah, very right. And
Well,
I
and
mean,
I
it was
think-
interesting. I think it was a good example that he used, Jamie, because that was the way that Bernie Taupin and Elton John used to write. Was Bernie Taupin would send Elton John lyrics, and then Elton John would make a song out
Oh, I
of the
see.
words.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe the threat is there. But I mean, I think we all agree that really what it can't do is be human, and that's and that I think we'll know in the end, even if it's not obvious. I think that we'll really kind of go, as you said, as we were talking about earlier on. There won't be a melodic hook. There won't be a performance element of it. There won't be a humanized.
Maybe it can
And
write.
Would you like to hear your Teletubbies song?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, verse 1. In a land of green and hills so high, Teletubbies come out to play and to say hi. Red, yellow, purple, green, colors so bright it's a beautiful scene. The chorus. Teletubbies, Teletubbies, with their cute faces and round belly. Teletubbies, Teletubbies, bringing joy and laughter and oh so jolly.
That sounds like an ABBA song. Someone described ABBA to me perfectly. They said it's incredibly well done, well produced.
I love the
really
start of
brilliant
verse 2.
nonsense.
With
It's crap.
with their antennas and silly ways, they make us smile on lazy days.
Very good.
Yeah.
There we go. All right,
Very
there you
good.
go.
Anyway, back to
Shout out,
you. Back to you, Tom. Am I right? Did you do a launch show? Did
What's
you
that?
do a launch? You've just done a launch show for the single. Is that right?
Yeah, I put on a show locally in Cambridge, where I'm based at the moment, and just in a local kind of bar called Tall Trees. It's a very cool kind of music spot. It's very well shaped. It's got a good sound system, and every time I play there, it's a good gig. And yeah, it was great fun. It was nice to headline a show because everybody really paid attention. So that was really nice, and so I was able to like give a really strong, I gave it everything, gave a good performance, and actually look at in everyone's faces, like really paying attention, really enjoying it. It's just like good. This is why I do what I do. At the end of the day.
When you do a launch, because I think you promoted it as a launch show for the single. If correct me if I've got that wrong, but I think you promoted that way. When you're doing a show like that, how do you plan it so that the sort of how do you plan it so that the focus comes into the actual single and the actual song rather than it just being a show, or do you not?
I just play it as a normal show, really. I was just playing through the track listing of the album, and then I had a sort of couple of encore songs,
Right.
and I just mentioned this is the song, this is the single, and then when I played it, I just brought out the CD, and I was just like, hey, pick this up if you want. Gave the sales pitch, which is, I know nobody listens to CDs, but it's limited edition. It's there's only about 100 going to be made of these. So if you like the song and you think it might go somewhere, it's a nice thing to own. And just put it up on your wall. It doesn't even matter that you can play this on a CD record player. You're owning a physical object.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed the show, it might be a memory of it. It's just it's just a thing to put out into the world. And
it might be that one
Big
day
fan.
you'll be one of the 100 people who's able to say, I was
Exactly.
there that
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
And
you
I've
never know.
got
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah,
That'll
this
be
is the original thing. And it's got a little thing on the back that says, oh, here it is. It just
Show
says
us.
limited edition.
Brilliant. Oh, we love that. We love collecting those kind of things. We've got Bart and I, as you can see behind us, got loads of vinyls and things like that behind us as well. Big fans of I mean, I've been collecting tapes again. Never mind CDs and vinyls. I'm actually collecting tapes.
No one wants tapes, Jim.
I do.
I've been working in a CD shop and record shop in Cambridge, and one of my colleagues listens to tapes.
Yeah.
He
Why not?
doesn't have a
Fantastic.
smartphone. He just has a tape Walkman, And
Good
he's just
man.
like,
Brilliant.
he said, don't listen to tapes because they're awful.
No, they're terrible. They're actually
they are.
awful.
Although
As a,
I did
as a
get-
collector's item, yes, but as a musical convenience, they're terrible.
I got the new Leon Bridges and Karangbang or whatever they're called on cassette, and it actually sounded pretty decent. Wasn't bad.
I'm sure it's improved since my day.
Well,
That's
so-
many years ago.
Well, there's a young
I mean, it's
artist that I
fantastic
work
that
with.
there's a. I mean, part of me wants to just go, how good that there's a record shop that you can.
Yeah, well, I'm really,
Absolutely.
I'm surprised because people are coming in and buying loads and loads of CDs. There's a lot of people buying CDs.
Yeah.
I thought CDs were dead. That's why I did this run.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put them out to all different stores and get them to store them to have them. You know, obviously there's a lot of vinyl, but yeah, sort of CDs and DVDs are really flying out the door there.
That's great to know, because I mean I agree with you. I said I know we're of a different generation. Let's be fair, me and Julian, but we still like that idea of the physical object. And of course there is an element of, you know, streaming is great. I'm not anti-streaming. It means I can listen to. It means I can listen to anything. But when it gets to purchasing CDs or vinyl or even going to gigs, you become a little bit more selective and you make a choice about who you're going to go and see, and that's because you place more value on it. Therefore,
Well, it's like the Seal one I got, Martin. Came with the vinyl, plus it came with 4 CDs, of which had unreleased demos and things like that on the CDs and stuff like that. So I really got this proper pack of the first album by Seal in so many different variants that I mean, it became a proper listening experience, you know. I took it out. I mean, here it is, yeah. I'll show you guys.
wonderful one.
Sorry. And I got this whole vibe, you know. I got
Look at
all
that.
the tapes and, I mean, the vinyls and the CDs and a real experience. And it's like literally, hello, that's a hell of a track listing
Yeah.
in any kind of way. And something I'm going to keep forever. So I think I do like the fact, and I love the fact that you did a CD, because it's something that, you know, if I download it, it'll just go into my catalog of content that I have on my device. But that CD is always going to be somewhere with me. And that I still think CDs.
Reminds you that it exists. Yeah.
A lot of the bands I work with, I'm encouraging them. Let's press CDs. Let's do it.
I feel like
because
it's
why not?
like I say, I think it's representative of you valuing your own music, but also that other person valuing you as an artist as well. It's a very clear transaction, isn't it? When you do that, it's kind of, I've got enough. I value myself enough to want to present something to you like this, but also the relationship that we've developed here is you valued that enough to want to exchange as well, and sort of say, yeah, I'll take that from you, I'll give you some money from it. And I think that's a very sort of positive affirmation of
when
the
you put a
whole
lot of work
transaction.
into something, you know, it's just like, this is really great.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth having and owning, because I put so much work into just this like 3 minutes of time.
Yeah.
Such a short period of time that's taken 3 years of work just to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. After all that, I realised that we haven't even played it yet. We've chatted
Let's
a lot
play it,
about
I was
it.
about to say.
We should play
Let's
the
play it.
flipping song. Come on.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Nefarious.
Nefarios, yeah, it's kind of a word I
Nefarios.
made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nefarious. Here we go.
we
Archduke, tell us what you think, everybody.
Here I am, alive again. You're sitting there to take my smile and make me thin. Oh, evolving, dead again. You lure me in, flash of eyes encased in sin. Oh, you're spinning loud. You turn me on with all your lies. Lies. One final hole in me, a frozen sea. It breaks your heart and makes me bleed. Oh, red fire, defend the night. I'll lay cross lines that suckered you and made me blind. Oh, you're spinning love. You turn me on with all your lies. One final cup, a portion of inside your eyes.
Archduke and Nefarious. Love it.
Tremendous. Great arrangement on that. Love it.
Yeah. Kind of gives me a bit of a Suede kind of vibe. Suede, yeah, that kind of 90s
Yeah.
Brit rock kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I
I
love it.
get that.
Grungy,
Get that
yeah.
from the vocal. The
Yeah.
the bio here mentions the war on drugs, Julian, which I think
Oh,
you'd,
I love that band.
I'm a
Oh,
big fan.
I have those vinyls.
Oh
I've
yeah.
got all their vinyls, yeah. Big fan. Love to see them live.
But again, I think just sort of hammering home the point we made earlier on. The one thing that ChatGPT is not going to give you that vocal hook again.
that,
That
yeah.
great vocal hook that you've got in there. It's not.
Absolutely.
An AI isn't going to do that for you. It's not.
No,
There's always going to be a space for humans.
I hope so.
always.
I hope so.
Always. Yeah.
It's funny because I said we were just touching on things. I'm not nobody's anti-technology. I mean, it takes me back, as I said, I'm kind of showing my age here, but it takes me back to having arguments when I was, younger, with people saying synthesizers aren't real instruments and all that kind of stuff, which was a bit annoying because they were. Because as much
You
as
just
they
play
can,
piano with different sounds, really, aren't
well, you could, like I said, it was an instrument. You still had to play it. The fact that it
Yeah.
was a created sound, you still had to play it in order to make a noise out of it. So yeah, there's and we were talking about sampling. Yeah, sampling is not it's something you sampled from somewhere else, but you still have to be creative with it. And I think inevitably, as you said, that's the human element. That's what's going to make the difference. Is somebody, a human person, coming along and saying, "Well, that's great, but I'm going to do something interesting with it."
Yeah, I
That's when
think
it's-
that's like a
when it's gonna work.
starting, as like a starting point for an idea. I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
Someone goes, "Oh, we typed this into AI and it came up with like that Teletubbies thing."
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's change things around a little bit and mess around with it. And I think this.
Well,
might
I
be-
mean, exactly. And immediately your creative mind went into overdrive and went, I can imagine that as an ABBA song. Now that's interesting. Take those lyrics and make them sound like ABBA.
yeah.
But again, ChatGPT doesn't do that. That was your idea, not ChatGPT. That wasn't
Yep.
an AI. That was all Tom. We look forward to the next Archduke single, which will be Teletubbies in the style.
Oh
of
yeah, definitely. Teletubbies / ABBA. It's definitely it will definitely be a hit.
So let's-
Eurovision,
Cool that off.
Eurovision Song of the Year.
Eurovision.
Yeah,
There
the
you go.
Eurovision. Yeah.
There you go.
Your nan will love it.
So what have you got lined up? What's happening next? The single is now out. Came out last week, wasn't it? Literally Friday, wasn't it? I think the single came
Yeah.
out. Yep.
Yeah.
So the single is now out, available everywhere, but also you can go to a show, and I'm sure you can buy a physical format version. Unless are they all gone? Maybe they're all gone.
No, they haven't all gone. No.
Oh, so there's still a few
sold
left.
about 10 so far.
Fantastic. So there's still a few left. So go to a show and you can pick up your own unique copy of the CD. Where can people catch you? What have you got planned next, Tom?
So I don't have that much booked in with gigs yet. I'm planning to do a little tour in sort of before April. What's the one before April? March, that's it, yeah. Because I've just,
Long day.
I've just confirmed so I'm going to be jumping on a cruise ship in April
Wow.
for 5 months, which is going to be fun.
Amazing.
Nice.
Play music.
Yep.
And so I kind of want to just book booking a bunch of shows. The thing is that I played loads and loads of places over the years, and but I'm trying to kind of balance doing originals gigs which don't pay anything, i.e. cost money, with trying to also survive and booking covers gigs which do pay and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of keeping my diary a little bit open, but I'm thinking if I just book in 1 week where instead of driving separately to all these places and driving to Brighton and back to Cambridge and then driving up to Manchester and back to, or whatever, you know, I just try and book it in one day after the other and try and do a tour of places that I've played back, you know, over the years I've been doing this.
Cool.
And and the other plan is putting a little bit of money into promoting things on social media and just funneling everything into Spotify and trying to see if I can do a little bit of social media marketing to kind of bring in some new fans, because that seems to be the way that people discover music these days.
Yeah.
And just put it in front of them, really, and invest a little bit of money into just like putting it on people's screens, and hopefully people will respond to the single, because that's the one that everybody says is the best, and you know,
we like it.
Yeah,
we like it.
It's very cool. Well, good luck, and where can people connect with you, Tom, if they want to find out what you're up to next?
So Facebook, Instagram. I am now on. Everything is on Sticker.
It's gone.
It's going to get a sticker. It's going to get the details.
YouTube, Instagram, yes, and what's the other one called? There you go.
Oh, I don't know.
TikTok.
TikTok, that's it.
TikTok.
You probably can't read that.
What is it? It's all Archduke, is it? At Archduke.
Yeah, Archduke TD.
Archduke TD. There you go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's
You type Archduke TD in, it should come
Anywhere
up.
you want to find out what Tom is up to, Archduke is the new project for 2023. Great track that's out now. Go and connect. Go and order yourself a CD. Go and do that.
Yeah. And you can always go and check out the songs we're playing here on New Music Mondays on our YouTube channel. We have created a playlist, NMM 2023. So go and check out all the new songs that we'll be playing on our playlist this year. Nice. And then you can follow the artists from there as well. So it's a great way to quickly get connected to them.
Good to see you, Tom. I think last time I saw you was St. Patrick's Day about 5 years ago. So it's nice to catch up with you.
It was a long time ago now.
It's nice to catch up with you.
In Hartford, I think.
That's right, yeah.
Hartford, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Great
right.
to meet you, Tom.
That's nice to
Hi
see
from
you.
South Africa once again.
Keep in touch. Let us know. You're, as we said to everyone, you're welcome back anytime you want to tell us about anything new that you're up to, whatever it may be. If you want to promote a tour or a new song or whatever it is, come back on and have a chat with us.
Nice one.
Thanks,
Okay.
Tom.
Look after yourself.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon.
Yeah, Teletubbies does ABBA is our next hit. There we go.
A packed program. What a great
program.
couple of guests to kick off the new year for us.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Tom and to Jamie for joining us on the show tonight.
And if you want to be on the show, hit us up on DMs on social media. Otherwise, you can email us info@discover.tv or Julian@discover.tv, Martin@discover.tv. Just get in touch with us any way you can. Just become part of it, and we'll get you on the show. And we'll chat about new music. Even if you don't have new music, you just want to come chat about music.
Yeah.
Feel free to join us if you're an artist.
Say, there's only one thing we like better than listening to music, and that's talking.
Listening to ourselves. All right, guys. That's it for this week. We are done. We are out of here.
Back next Monday.
And catch us every Monday on Instagram. It's my mission this year to make sure we go on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that watched us on Instagram. We did get cut once on Instagram, and I just went live again. So that was it. So check us out on Instagram, on YouTube, and also all social media. We will see you next week. We are out of here. Good night, everybody.
Ta-da.